Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Yigal, and I wanted to take a moment to go live to say a couple of words. First of all, to let everybody know that thank you so much for the kind words, for the messages, text messages, phone calls, gifts of condolences for the passing of our father. And it's really amazing to see how much support of a community from people who I've known for 30 years and support from people who I just know over, Facebook, but we don't really know each other, but the love is there and the support is there. So thank you so much for that. I also wanted to share something with everybody here. I was on one of my mastermind calls this morning, and they asked me to check in. I usually have everybody, all the business owners, check in. I checked in and I lost it. I started to cry, obviously, and I let them know that I'm a whirlwind of emotions right now. There's some days that I'm mad, some days that I'm happy, some days that I'm sad, some days that I feel guilty. Um, I'm also growing this epic beard, as you can tell. I can't shave for 30 days. It's our Jewish custom. But I want to talk to you guys about something that my father always used to tell us all the time. Um, my father used to always say, while you're thinking people are doing, and while I was sitting there in the 7 days of mourning for my father in his house, I kept on thinking about this over and over again. Like, while you're thinking people are doing, while you're thinking people are doing. And for so long, I've had, fear of not being good enough or fear of failing. And I've always told my clients, I've always said, epic results take epic action. So in memory of my father, I promised and I vowed to not hold back. I vowed to whatever I'm thinking of, I'm going to think it through and actually take action. And I challenge you to do the same thing. There's probably something in your life that you've been thinking about doing that you've wanted to do, somebody that you need to call, somebody that you need to forgive, a business that you need to start, something that you want to do that you haven't been doing. And the words of wisdom from my father still rings true, and it will always ring true every day, which is while you're thinking people are doing. And if you look at the successful business owners and people who live epic lives, they don't just think about it, they think about it, they plan it, and they take action. Even if that action doesn't work out, even if they fail on the first, fifth, or ninth attempt, they keep going back at it. And for a long time, this is the thing that I would do. I would have this incredible idea. I would buy the domain. I would trademark the name. I'd go all out, and then I just wouldn't take action. And not out of it costing me money, but out of fear of failure and out of fear of looking bad towards other people. And right now, I can care less. Because I know that my father passing at 69 years old, he wanted to do so much, and his disease stopped him from doing it. My father always said, I want to work hard so that tomorrow I can take a vacation. Later, I can spend time with my grandkids. Later, I can do this and that. But obviously, at the age of 58, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and it hindered his bucket list. So for those of you who are watching, somebody said something today that made a lot of sense. They said, you got to shout it from the rooftops if you really, really want it to happen. You're going into the holiday season. You're a small business owner. You want to make more sales? Shout it from the rooftops. You want to get an acquisition? Shout it from the rooftops. You want to find love? Shout it from the rooftops. Don't be afraid and don't give a shit what other people think. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they think. It matters the action that you take to get to where you want to go. And I'm saying this not just to you, I'm saying it to me as well, because I'm tired of even being a leadership coach and business and life and all this stuff. Ha ha ha. And my friends call me coach in my WhatsApp chat. I still have fears. I still have things that I don't do. I still have things that stop me from doing what I want to do or ideas that I have. But again, my challenge to myself and the challenge to you is to put that fear aside, to ask it to hang loose for a moment, and for you to take action. So, if you will, I want to challenge you to write down one thing that you've wanted to do that you've stopped from doing out of fear of failure, out of fear of judgment, whatever that is. I challenge you to put it in the chat, in the comments below, so that somebody can help you achieve that goal, whether it be open a new business, help with your marketing, forgive somebody. I mean, in my Facebook friends, I have therapists and business coaches and marketing coaches and just good human beings. And the reason why I want to challenge you to write this is because I coined this term called the epic effect. I'm going to use it a lot. And the epic effect for me is when you do epic things, people around you see what you're doing and they ask the question, man, what are you doing? You're inspiring and motivating me to exercise more, to build a better business, to spend more time with my family, to forgive somebody. How do I do that? And when you give that away to them, now you've created the epic effect, and you've created an effect in the world which helps me with my mission, which is to build a better world for my now 3 daughters to grow up in, and hopefully for your family as well. And you have that effect on people to become better humans, leaders, mothers, daughters, friends, whatever that is in your life. Because, ladies and gentlemen, life is short. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, especially with everything that's going on today. I have friends with family members in the hospital. I have people who are in, situations that are very, very tough. Life is short. Let's cut out the fear. Let's help each other. Because if we don't give judgment to each other, then we're going to keep going. We're going to keep stepping forward in what we need to do and say. If we help each other, we're going to keep moving forward to do what we know that our heart wants us to do, or what we know is right for our family, what we know will just make us so happy. Because that's all that matters, is being happy, really. Like, I look at my daughters and, I told Tali about her grandfather passing away. I mean, it just blew my mind, the answer she gave me. She said, Dad, it's sad that Big Baba, that's what they call him, died. But I want you to that we're here for you. Your family's here. You don't need to be sad. He's in a better place. And this is from a 5-year-old. I mean, she's a special, just gifted little girl, in my eyes, because I'm her father. But at the same time, today, most of us can walk, talk, speak, forgive, do, love, be. And when you become the things that you want, and you can lead, you become part of the epic effect. You can affect and motivate and inspire other people. And I'm not talking about like, oh, I want to motivate, inspire 1 million people. Just think about this. When I was at my store and I employed 40 or 50 plus people, our goal was to make them make money and be happy when they went home, because I could affect 40 times 3 people per family. It's 120 people. And if I can affect the lives of 120 people, how many lives can they affect? And my father, it's funny, in the eulogy, the rabbi was talking about how somebody who's going through a bad relationship went to my father to ask advice. And I'm sure my parents didn't have the perfect marriage. I know they didn't have it. But when you give love and when you give from the heart like he did, you become part of the epic effect. And that's what I want in this live. I know moving forward, everything I bring to you on Facebook and Instagram is going to be people who have done some epic things to inspire you to be a part of that epic effect. I broke down in the call with my mastermind today. I was crying. Not because of sadness for my father, although I'm sad, but also because he left us with really good memories. And he left me with the hope in people because my father was a very giving human being. There are stories of him lending people money and then they'd come back and say, "Hey, can I pay you in a couple of weeks?" And him just saying, like, just don't even worry about it. It's a gift. And the messages I'm getting from people, your father helped me this way and he helped me this way. I'm sure he made his mistakes. We all do. But when you give, when you actually love people the way he loved people, that's when the epic effect begins. So whatever you're going through today, for me, and I know that for my father, giving always healed a lot of wounds that we had. And giving doesn't have to be monetarily, it could be just a little bit of time, getting on a Zoom call with a friend, talking with no judgment. We're all going through a lot of shit with no judgment. So that that person can stand up for themselves, their family, their business, and their life and step forward so they could take epic actions to gain epic results. Again, back to the epic effect. Ken says, I vow to help build the dreams and aspirations of others because in doing so, my dreams and aspirations become fulfilled also. Man, that's beautiful, brother. If you don't know who Ken Smith is, he's a beautiful human being. Alberto Garcia, what's up, Beto? Who worked for us for many, many years, got the pleasure of meeting my father. Says, I was one of those employees until now. I appreciate my experience and opportunities those years. Thanks, man. I appreciate that as well. So whatever you're going through right now, it's time to step up for yourself and your family. And think about, like, what is the one thing I need to do to make a change in my business, in my life, in my job, just so I can gain a little bit more joy, a little bit more happiness, because coming home with a shitty, crappy face to your family just isn't fair to your family. And I know I've done it, especially in the last couple of weeks. Coming home stressed out in a bad mood, it's just not fair. And I talk about something called emotional contagion, which means that when you come home in a bad mood, you give off the bad mood and the stress to everybody in that household, in your family. And that's just not, I don't want my daughters being stressed. I want my wife to be stressed out because of me. So my thought moving forward, like I said, is to interview some people who have done some amazing things. Let me know if you would watch the show called The Epic Effect, where I interview people who have done some amazing things in business, some amazing things in life. I have this name called Small Business Big Leaders, and it's just come down to the epic effect. With that, I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy. Love you all. And hug your family just a little bit tighter tonight, a little bit longer. Forgive people who you need to forgive. Forgive yourself. And thanks for watching.